Yeah, so I definitely think the best way to describe the motivation for the experience was like I was eating KFC and someone took it away and I didn't get to lick my fingers.
Sometimes I feel like a helpless child alone in the night. Sometimes I feel so far from the light. Looking for the sign. A crossroads stretches out ahead, but I don't know which way is mine. So I'm gonna run from the world, 'cause I don't owe you. So don't be afraid, I won't get too close to you. I'm just a loner. Open your arms, I've been scarred. I hope you help me mend. Take me to heart from the start. I'll follow to the end. The future is a mystery. Only you can try. All I see is rain, blacking out the sky. So I'm gonna follow my road. I've got nothing to lose.
Okay, shit. Fuck, where do we begin? Oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, what a ride. What a ride that was. Oh shit. Fuck. Where do I begin? I don't want to be repetitive because, you know, I guess pretty much all I have to say is the conclusion of what happened. So here I am. I find myself right at the height of this. And, you know, I'm making changes in my life. You know, my bank account's growing. Um, you know, I'm making long-term plans and sacrifices. You know, I'm spending my nights in bed thinking of the future with her and things I would do differently, and you know, going through all these emotions. You know, not letting any negative thought enter my mind about the situation. Just fully engulfing and embracing the moment. You know, it was like the best way to describe it. You know, call it closure if you want to. Because she certainly wasn't going to give me that under any circumstances. She was not going to give me any closure. So I think the best way to describe it is if it was like if I was eating Kentucky Fried Chicken and someone took it away and I didn't get to do this. You know, that's the closest thing I can resemble it to. I needed some part of me. Sure, I needed closure, but some part of me wanted to first really immerse myself in the experience of going all in. And to some, on the outside looking at it, thinks, well, how is that fucking possible? You weren't with her. You're not. You know. All I can tell you, I don't know how I have the ability to do this. Obviously, it's a manic delusion, obviously, but I have the ability to put myself into, like, it's fucking real. Like, it's real to me. Even though I have a sliver of control left in my mind, it's not, like, completely oblivious to what's happening. I know what's going on, but I allow myself to go with it and flow with it, just for the experience and for the feeling. And it was very much real to me, what I did. Even though it only lasted a few months, you know, I didn't have to follow through with this to feel that I was capable of doing that. You know, I was fortunate that it only lasted a couple months because, you know, I fully expected it to last a lot more than that, probably to the fall. You know, on video I talked about, you know, I was going to devote a whole year to this. I even talked to my mother about that. You know, I'll devote a whole year to this. You know, she was concerned, and rightly so, but it's easier for me to just go through with it, tell her what I'm doing, and tell her not to worry, as opposed to try to explain to her the it's an impossible thing to explain to somebody. You know, at the end of it, I haven't talked to her the end result yet. You know, but it's just like, yeah, Mom, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry, I didn't do anything crazy. This is, you know, and then she'll relieve the worry of the people who are close to me. You know, but yeah, I did find myself standing at a jewelry counter. You know, it went that far. You know, asking about engagement rings. You know, yeah, it was. At the end of the day, I felt to myself, okay, well, if I was this man back then, could I have went all in? Did I have the capacity to do so? Did I have the true feelings to do so? because when we started this, we just wanted to know if our manic love was real. Did we actually love this woman? You know, and we thought that'd be the end of it. And unfortunately, it just opened more shit that we said, okay, we need some closure on this now. You know, you know, and a very strange thing happened, and I think this put an end to it a lot sooner than I thought. Was I was right in story mode, like I was real deep in story mode, and I went to see a buddy of mine at Costco. It just the way it worked out, you know. I had to drive my mom to an appointment in the middle of all this chaos, and I said, well, if I see you, I'll come see you and say hi. We'll have a coffee and shoot the shit. You know, he used to work beside me in the meat department years, long times. Good friend of mine. So we don't get to see each other that often. You know, family man. He's a busy man. So we had made for coffee, and I told him, I said, so you're not gonna ask me? And he goes, ask you what? Well, the post on Facebook. He goes, yeah. Well, I was wondering what the fuck's going on, and of course, the manic version of myself told him what I had planned, what I was planning on doing, even about the engagement ring, right? She goes, yeah, well, you know, like, I'm not really sure how he really felt, if he knew I was in story mode, or like, I'm not exactly sure. You know, he doesn't have the time to watch all my videos. He gets bits and pieces of it, so you know, I'm not sure how informed he is about how I live my life, the way I live it, and what's been happening. But during our conversation, he had told me that she got cancer. She got fucking cancer. Oh, wouldn't you tell me? That flipped a switch in me real quick. Oh, fuck, I text her brother right away. I didn't bother even fucking text. I didn't text her right away because I didn't think she would answer my text or whatever, because she never has in the past. So I texted her brother, I said, what the fuck, man? You know, tell your sister to fucking call me what the fuck is going on, because she, when she had her breast done when we were together, they had found something, and they believed, I think it was cancerous, but they got it. But she still had to take medication for several years after that. So then when I hear that, oh no, they found another lump in her breast and in the arm, you know, I was like, fuck, you know, I'm in that. You know, I'm in the mode of, I'm in love with this woman, now I'm just finding out she has cancer. So I'm automatically, you know, I thought to myself, well, maybe I wasn't as supportive the first time around, you know, so I got to make sure I'm really supportive this time around, right? Because in my eyes, my life is on hold, and I'm putting her first at this point in my life. This is fucking real to me. This ain't make believe. Like, my life is, I'm actually changing my life around this. This is not a joke. So she ended up finally texting me, and spoke to her on the phone, and she's going to chemo, you know. And I said, well, do you need someone to go with to help? Do you need someone to drive you to chemo and drive you home? And, you know, was there anything I can do? You know, and she said she was fine with that. You know, and she could drive herself and everything. And then she told me that the conversation was very civil, you know, which kind of surprised me. You know, she seemed to be completely the same. She still had that quality of not confusing my mind. Like, I could talk to her, and it was the same unique way she had with me in the past. She was still like that with me. Except, obviously, the love on her part wasn't there, right? Of course, I didn't allow myself to see that at this time. You know, I was just concerned about helping her and doing whatever she needed. I wasn't, you know, kind of there looking at that part of it. She went on to tell me that she's, the week after, she was going to get a test for, I guess, a certain gene that we have that, I guess that's cancer-producing gene, I guess, you know, and informed me that if she has this gene, she's just going to go ahead and take her breast right away, and because she said, you know, it would always come back. Oh, my heart fucking sank, guys. My heart fucking sank. I'm just like, oh my fucking God, the woman I fucking love is going to lose her fucking breast, and Oh, she got chemo, and oh my god, I'm fucking tripping balls, but tripping in a good way. I'm tripping in a good way because now I'm thinking, okay, well, what if the test comes back positive, and she loses her breasts, and maybe she just gets cancer down the road? Are you prepared? Are you fully prepared to take care of this woman? Are you fully prepared to sit up a bed in your living room and tend to her and watch her wither away and get sick and then eventually die? That was where my head was going. And it was real to me. It was fucking very real. I was very prepared to go through all these steps. Okay. So we said our goodbyes, and I told her, well, let me know. I called her the next week, and I said, let me know how the test comes back on Friday. No, I talked to her again. Sorry, I talked to her again. I talked to her again a week after that, and I just asked her how the chemo was going, and how she felt, and stuff like that. And then that's when she told me. That she was going for a test. So I told her, well, let me know next week how the test goes. But what happened was, during that conversation, this is what snapped me out of it. Now, don't get me wrong here, guys. Don't get me wrong here. Just because I snapped out of this manic state doesn't mean that I would not have gone through with all this. If she called me today and said, it was really nice of you to call, and, it's been a while since I thought of you. It's been a while since I thought of us. Let's have coffee, let's hang out. Doesn't mean that I wouldn't pursue the idea of us being together. However, during the last conversation that we have, it struck me that I was something that she hasn't thought about, or ever has thought about. I didn't get the impression that she was ever been worried about me, ever wondered how I was doing with my illness, how I was ever doing with my life, from the point that we split up a long time ago. I was under the belief that, fuck, man, like, this woman has never, ever given you a second thought. So why would you do that? Why would you, in turn, do that for her? Like, why are you doing this, right? So it snapped me right out of it like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, you're right, Scotty. You're right. You're fucking right. And so that was the end of it. She tested negative for the gene, thank God. I called her the following week. She tested negative. She texted me, left it at that. I hope she beats the rest of the cancer that she has inside. I don't know if I'm sure she will. She sounded positive, so I hope she beats it. And that was it. It snapped me out of this manic state. Yeah. And then we're kind of here now, It was an amazing experience because it felt so real. And, I knew she was never going to give me this closure. I had to figure out a way to give myself this closure. But at the same time, try and make something out of it. Like, try and learn something from it. Try and give myself more than just, closure. Like, I want to feel this. I want to experience what it would have felt like to go all in with this woman and just think about nothing but her and without any distractions getting in the way. I wanted to know what that fucking felt like. Like, my mental illness robbed me of so much shit. It just completely robbed me of a lot of feelings that I should have had when I was in love. Of course, they were a totally different thing. It's not saying I wasn't in love, but my mental illness prevented me from feeling things that I should have felt, and I wanted the opportunity to feel that. Because, hey, I'm not fucking, I'm not delusional about what I need. You know, I'm pretty fucking self-aware. I'm not, delusional about who I am and that. And when this journey that I've been on, it's been pretty much alone, right? So in that time frame, you learn how to provide your needs for yourself without anyone else. Like there's nothing anyone can fucking offer me. There just isn't. The only thing someone can offer me is something very unique to me, which is the best way I could describe it is. I think I wrote about this once on Facebook. It's something that's beyond love. It's something that is, I don't have any perception shifts with this person. This person doesn't confuse my mind, doesn't confuse my perception, doesn't leave me wondering if I'm doing the right thing or saying the right thing. It's just, this person has to give me a very comfortable and safe space to operate. That's the most important thing. And I think I've expressed that a few times that I haven't experienced that with anybody, man or woman, Oh, it was so crazy. It was so crazy. Oh, it was unbelievable. It was great. It was a great experience. Like I'm smiling. You know, I'm smiling, but like I said, when I got the impression that she never followed the story on Facebook. She never watched any of my videos. You know, she hadn't got a clue how sick I actually was. Not a clue, and never cared to find out how sick I actually was. So what's that say, right? Maybe there's a place for me in her somewhere, but it's certainly nothing that's going to come to fruition, right? It's certainly anything she's going to fucking act on. So, why put my life on hold for a year? It wouldn't be rational. It just wouldn't be rational, right? To follow through with this for a whole year. Now, maybe, I got shit to do, man. I'm fucking turning 50 this year. I got a lot of fucking shit I gotta take care of now. Maybe sometime down the line, I might entertain myself and do something, send her something, but, I have goals and I got shit that I gotta do. I gotta get my life going here. COVID already took a big chunk of that, even though it was a good thing and I've worked on a lot of shit for myself. It's time to get cracking here. The last 30 years have been quite the waste of my time. I have nothing to show for that in any shape, way, or form. I don't even think there's any of me that carried into who I am today. It's just a very strange situation. It just seems that everything that was me for 30 years is gone and was a complete waste of fucking time. It just seems that way. All that effort and hard work and pain and it just seems for nothing. It seemed for nothing. Maybe some part of me wishes that something, maybe that was it. Maybe that was part of it too with her. Maybe there was part of me that thought, if we could somehow reconcile and rediscover each other, that all the sacrifices we both made all those years would have been for nothing. It would have been to get us to this point, but obviously that would be delusional, right? Because we're two very different people. Well, actually, three different people, right? Because I'm definitely not the man I was back then, so... So needless to say, I got to get cracking. I got shit to do. I have a life to plan future to live. You know, but it feels like I can do that now without distraction. Because I mentioned it many times, you know, what I'd be right into my bodybuilding, and you know, my bank account would be growing, and I'm real focused. And it was always this fucking thing that inside me that would come up and it'd be distracting. I wasn't sure what it was. Never failed. You know, so, you know, I want to get back to the gym at the end of this month, you know, and get back on track, you know. Doing what I love to do, you know. But it was very real to me, the whole thing. Like, I couldn't tell you how many times I sat at this table just bawling my eyes out, you know, reliving our relationship, thinking about what I want to do for her in the future, you know, yeah, and I didn't let any negative thoughts enter my mind, you know. I just thought positively about us in the future, and it was something else. Fuck, it was something else. Wow, I fucking tell you. You know, I watched some of those videos back, you know, in the last chapter. I'm like, God damn it, you know, like, I'm watching that. I'm like, you know, I know, like, I see myself, and I see how into it I was, you know. That shit wasn't fake, man. That was some real shit. You know, I don't even know. I don't know. Is that what actors do? Like, I don't know. Like a method actor, is that the place that they go to like that? You know, I don't know. I thought about that the other day. Like, if I was handed a script or something and I had to play this role, could I do that? Well, I don't know if I could, because it's you know, when I get manic like that and emotion, that's me. That's my life, right? So I don't know if I could do that through another character. But then I did have the character Sid, and I did have that character Ellie, you know, so maybe. It's not really something I think about, you know. Imagine, let's be a fucking actor. No, I got a few things that I'm going to focus on, and we'll just focus on that kind of shit. Let's not get carried away with a bunch of other fucking craziness, right? Oh, I moved to fucking LA. Oh, fuck. You imagine that? Yeah, no, I don't think so. I may get manic, and I may reach psychosis, but I know I'm there, and I know when it's time to pull it back, you know. I know when it's time to pull it back. Like, even if I didn't, and I ended up following through with it, and I bought her the ring, and I did want to do for the puppies, you know, say all in all, I spent $4,000, you know. It wouldn't have been the end of the world, you know. So what? You spend $4,000 to make someone else happy. How is that a bad thing? It's not a bad thing, you know. It's not a bad thing. Making someone smile is never wrong. You know, money is only a problem if you have troubles parting with it, you know. And I really don't. Like I said, maybe I'll do something someday, but really, you know, when you think about it, you know, it's really easy to believe that, you know, that person's certainly not thinking that way about you. So it's a real deterrent, right? It's a real deterrent, like, you know. So I wish her well. I'll always, you know, love her more than anything, but it is what it is. She's a different person than I am, and that's just the way it is, you know. Some people are like that, right? They, they don't look back, and they don't care to look back, and they're just closed-minded that way, right? They don't want to see you differently. They don't want to think you can change, or they don't want to open up something for whatever reason. Maybe they're insecure, or maybe they don't want to look at something and they'll see, oh geez man, I was really wrong to do that, and then they feel bad with themselves and regret, and so it's just a lot easier for that person to just fucking not think about it. That way they don't have to confront any issues that they may have had, or will have concerning that relationship. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, it's for me, I'm not so much like that. I have a little more courage when it comes to that, I like exploring those types of things. I just don't want any demons coming up inside of me. Like, when you go through things and you fight a lot of battles on your own, and you get to some pretty dark places, but at the same time you get to know yourself really, really well. And you become very, very honest with yourself. Very, very honest. And at the end of the day, we're all gonna die, and we're all gonna die at one moment alone with our thoughts, right? That's just the way it is. Whether you have a family or whatever, it doesn't matter. They can be there to give you that support, but at the end of the day, you're fucking dying alone, and you're in the hospital nights sleeping by yourself, and you're alone with your thoughts, and you're dying. And I'm very, very aware of that, and I just don't want to be lying there thinking, oh, I should have done this, and I should have done that, and why didn't I do this, and why didn't I do that? Why didn't I explore those feelings? Did you give it everything you had? Shit like that, And I tell you, when I was, after the accident, I was in the hospital and stuff like that, I didn't have any of these things. The only thing I cared about was I was never be able to work out again. That was kind of my biggest concern. But I didn't really have any regrets in life, Of course, I was all fucked up, so I didn't really, maybe wasn't really in tune with all my thoughts correctly, but I think you guys get the point that I'm trying to make. Someone stole your Kentucky Fried Chickens. You weren't allowed to lick your fingers. Was that the analogy I made? You were eating Kentucky Fried Chicken, you weren't allowed to eat your fingers, lick your fingers. I think that's the analogy I made. Yeah, it's true, right? You imagine that, because that's what we do. You eat Kentucky Fried Chicken, and you imagine not being able to have that part of it. But I am grateful that she did call me and let me in on her world of the cancer, and I appreciate that. It wasn't unexpected. I didn't expect to hear from her. Honestly, I didn't. I figured she'd just think to herself, just be her normal weird self, But I'm glad she called me. It was nice to talk to her again. For sure. It's been a long time since I talked to her. And I appreciated her being civil on the phone. There was no negativity, which was nice, which I appreciated. Because the last thing I want to do is have negative thoughts about that, because she was my last love. And I would like to keep it at a positive note. I really would. I don't want to be jaded from this whatsoever, and I'm not. And I'm not at all. Oh, so yeah, I don't know. What else could I add? Shit. I don't think anything else. So we're the 22nd today. So in 4 days will be the 5-year anniversary of me doing these videos. You know, May 26th was my first video, 2016. I think this would be a great time to end this, right? This would be a great time to end this story, wouldn't it? It's been quite a ride, right? What do you guys think? Huh? Great way to end it. All the ducks are in a row. I don't know, I guess we'll have to wait and see. I guess we'll have to wait and see. I really hope these, you know, of course I've been told that my story has made a difference in the world out there somewhere. I really hope that is true, and I hope that it's true for years to come. I hope there's people that that get it, that understand it, that can take something away from it, you know. You know, mental illness, the struggle is real. Love is a real thing we struggle with. There's so many things that I had to overcome that I'm sure a lot of people can relate to, you know? That's my wish. There's a few videos on YouTube now that are starting to gain a little bit of traction, you know, so it only takes one. It only takes one video to go viral or one little event, you know, and the world tunes into what the story that you're trying to tell, you know, and I really hope that that it does that for people in some delusional way, you know. I really hope it does. So until I see you guys again. Who knows what that will entail? Because I haven't got a fucking clue at this point. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other.